Have you ever wondered why some people light up every room they enter? Why their energy seems contagious, and everyone wants to be around them? What's their secret? Are they just naturally lucky? No. They've simply mastered one of life's most fundamental rules. Your unacknowledged shadow returns to you as destiny. These high-energy individuals have learned to understand and manage their fears, limitations, and what drains them. This guide doesn't just list their 13 qualities. We're going deep into how you can awaken each one within yourself and unlock the unlimited power source inside you. 1. Your inner sun. Breaking free from approval addiction. The first and most fundamental trait of high-energy people is this: they are their own sunshine. What does that mean? They don't need to orbit around other stars to feel warm. They don't reflect someone else's light to shine. They generate their own energy from within. Here's a real question. How many times today did you seek approval to feel okay? A thumbs up from your boss, a compliment from a friend, a like on Instagram. When those validations didn't come, did your mood tank? Did your energy drop? If you answered yes, your energy is being controlled by others. They hold the faucet when they turn it on. You fill up. When they turn it off, you're empty. High-energy people have broken this cycle. They understand. You can't serve water from an empty cup. You must fill your own cup first. How do you generate your own energy? By discovering what genuinely fulfills you independent of what others think. Maybe it's 15 quiet minutes with coffee every morning. Maybe it's blasting your favorite song and dancing like nobody's watching. Maybe it's a hobby nobody quite understands, but it ignites your passion. These are the fuel sources that keep your inner sun burning. Others might think they're silly or a waste of time. It doesn't matter. This is your power plant, your rules. High-energy people create these energy-generating moments throughout their day. They ignore applause and criticism alike, listening instead to their own inner voice. Here's what happens next. Once you stop depending on others for energy, people start gravitating toward you. The universe has a rule: neediness repels, wholeness attracts. When you become complete in yourself, only whole people enter your life. The broken ones, the energy vampires, can't get close. Your light makes their darkness uncomfortable. 2. Setting boundaries. The art of saying no to complaint swamps. You've ignited your inner sun, but threats are waiting to extinguish it. Think of them as a complaint swamp. You know the type, may be several. Actually, for them, the weather's always wrong, people are always disappointing, and problems are endless. Their conversations are complaint after complaint after complaint. When you offer solutions, they'll list 10 reasons it won't work. When you suggest something positive, they find the flaw in it. After talking with them, you feel drained, dirty, exhausted. You've stepped in the mud, and it's stuck to you. Here's what high-energy people do. They don't fight the swamp. They don't try to drain it. They simply walk around it. They know that wrestling a pig in mud gets you both dirty, but the pig enjoys it. Instead, when someone starts complaining, they change the subject. They listen without absorbing. If necessary, they politely end the conversation and walk away. No drama needed. This isn't callousness. It's protection. This is like the airplane oxygen mask principle. Put yours on first, then help others. When you stay energized and positive, you help more people. You can't help anyone if you're drowning in someone else's swamp. Remember, people often project the shadow sides they won't face in themselves onto the world as complaints. Their problems aren't yours to solve. Your job is to protect your own light. The first step to protection: refuse to enter their playground. Don't step into the complaint swamp. It's that simple and that powerful. 3. Opportunity glasses. Changing your perspective. Here's a secret: no event is inherently good or bad. The glasses you wear determine its meaning. Everyone wears invisible glasses. Some people wear problem glasses with dark lenses. For them, rain means canceled plans and mud. Getting fired is a catastrophe. A breakup is the end of the world. They see only obstacles, problems, and what's missing. High-energy people wear opportunity glasses. Rain to them means a cozy afternoon with coffee and a book, the gift of moisture to the earth. Getting fired means freedom from a job they never loved and a chance to chase their real dreams. A breakup is a valuable lesson in self-discovery. This isn't about being a Pollyanna. It's about recognizing that every situation contains a hidden gift, a lesson, an opportunity. Think of your mind like Google. If you keep asking what's wrong, it will find you hundreds of problems. But if you ask what's the opportunity here, it searches for solutions instead. High energy people have trained themselves to ask the right questions. Not why did this happen to me, but what is this trying to teach me? This mindset shift changes everything. You stop being a victim of circumstances. You become an alchemist, someone who can turn any situation to their advantage. Jung believed that even our darkest moments hold potential for spiritual transformation. Which glasses are you wearing right now? When you look at your life, do you mostly see problems or possibilities? 4. Freedom from the past. The magic of forgiveness. You've learned to generate your own energy and protect it. But there's one more thing draining you: the weight of your past. Think about it. There's that friend who disappointed you, that boss who was unfair, that ex who broke your heart, and maybe most painfully, the mistakes you made, the regrets that haunt you. These are invisible chains wrapped around your shoulders. Heavy stones pulling you backward with every step forward. You want to move ahead, but you keep hearing the weight. It consumes your energy and traps you in the past. You can't reach your full potential while carrying this low-high energy. People make a choice. They set these burdens down through forgiveness, but let's be clear about what that means. Forgiveness doesn't mean approving what someone did. It doesn't mean forgetting or inviting them back into your life. Forgiveness is an act you do for yourself, not for them. Think of it this way. Resentment and hatred are poisons you drink while expecting the other person to die. The damage only happens to you. High energy people know their energy is too valuable to waste feeding ghosts from the past. The process. Think about that person or event. Acknowledge the pain they caused. Don't ignore it. Feel it one last time. Then tell yourself, I'm releasing the power this has over me. I'm not carrying this weight anymore. I'm taking my energy back. This might not happen all at once. You may need to repeat it many times, but each time, you'll feel another chain break. Your shoulders get lighter. Forgiveness sets you free. When you release those burdens, something amazing fills the space. Joy, peace, and new possibilities. Your energy stops feeding the past and starts building your future. 5. Your body is a temple, the physical foundation of energy. We've talked about spiritual and mental energy, but there's a physical side to and if you ignore it, even the strongest mind eventually stumbles. Your body is your vehicle in this world. It's your temple. Be honest with yourself. How do you treat it? Are you feeding it quality fuel or constantly filling it with junk? Are you keeping it moving and alive or letting it rust in a chair? Are you giving it the rest it needs or running it on empty with constant stress and sleep deprivation? High energy people understand something crucial. Mind and body aren't separate. They're inseparable. You can't be spiritually strong if your body is exhausted. Energy needs a physical foundation. This doesn't mean you need to run marathons or become a bodybuilder. It means getting the basics right. Food is medicine. Processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats don't just add pounds, they cloud your mind, drain your energy, and make you sluggish. Real, whole foods give you life energy. Movement is happiness. A simple walk, dancing, stretching, when you move your body, it releases endorphins, your natural happiness chemicals. Your blood flows faster. Your brain gets more oxygen. Even a 10-minute walk can instantly shift your mood and energy. Sleep is sacred. Sleep is when your body and mind repair and reset. Quality sleep is the foundation of tomorrow's energy. Every hour of sleep you steal is an hour you're stealing from tomorrow's productivity, joy, and energy. High energy people respect their bodies because they know that keeping this house strong is a prerequisite for high life energy. 6. Curiosity. The endless excitement of learning. When was the last time you learned something just because you were curious about it with no practical benefit? Most of us fall into a trap after school ends or we start working. We stop learning. Our mind runs through the same thought patterns like a bus on the same route. The world becomes boring. Life feels monotonous. And energy drops. Here's why. Your mind is like a muscle. If you don't use it, it weakens. High energy people are lifelong students. For them, the world is a giant playground. There are infinite topics to explore, endless skills to learn. They know that learning something new is like opening new pathways in your brain. It keeps your mind fresh, flexible, and alive. It prevents mental rust. You don't need to get a PhD in quantum physics. Learn 10 words in a new language. Watch a documentary about a culture you've never heard of. Research how flowers grow. Try playing a simple instrument. Learn a new recipe. All of these exercise your curiosity muscle. High energy people don't fall into the trap of I already know this. They understand that everyone and everything can teach them something. They ask questions. They listen. They investigate. Jung said that one of the most important parts of spiritual growth is staying open to the unknown. When you close your mind to new possibilities, you also stop your soul's growth. Ask yourself, how's your curiosity muscle? When did you last exercise it? What's one small thing you could learn this week just for the joy of discovery? When you build this habit, you'll rediscover how colorful and exciting the world really is. That excitement becomes fuel for your life energy. 7. The magic of the present. Moment not lost between past regrets and future worries. Where does your mind live? For most of us, it bounces between two places, the past filled with regrets and what-ifs, and the future filled with anxiety and what-ifs. Your mind is like a pendulum swinging between these two time zones. But here's what it misses. The only place life is actually lived right now. In this moment, your energy leaks through two holes, past regrets and future anxiety. These are like two hoses siphoning your power away from the present moment where you actually have real life and real power. High energy people have learned to stop this leak. They anchor their minds in the present. This practice is called mindfulness or awareness. It's simple but transformative. Try this right now. Pause for a moment. Feel your breath moving in and out. Notice your body in the chair. Feel the temperature of the air. Listen to the sounds around you without judgment. That's being present. High energy people take these small return to now breaks throughout the day. They feel the warmth of water while washing dishes. They notice each step when walking. They really listen to conversations instead of planning their response. This isn't about stopping thinking. It's about not letting your thoughts control you. Thoughts come and go like clouds in the sky. You're the sky, not the clouds. You can watch them pass without getting swept along with them. When you practice this, your mind becomes calmer and your energy increases. Instead of spending your power on past ghosts or future fears, you focus it on the one real moment you have. Now, this helps you notice life's small joys. The taste of coffee, a friend's smile, the sun's warmth. Happiness is the sum of these small moments. To catch them, you have to be here. 8. The generosity paradox, giving, is actually the strongest form of receiving until now. We've talked about protecting and building your energy, like it's precious treasure to hoard. But here's one of energy's most interesting secrets. Energy is the one thing that multiplies the more you give it away. This might sound illogical. If I give you my energy, won't mine decrease? No, the opposite. Think of it like candles. You have one lit candle. You light 1,000 other candles with it. Does your candle's light dim? No, actually, your light shines even brighter. High-energy people have cracked this code. They're not energy hoarders. They're energy channels. They're generous, but not just with money. They're generous with time. They truly listen to a friend without checking their phone or mentally checking out. They're generous with knowledge. They share something valuable they learned, so others benefit. They're generous with compliments. They notice something good about someone and genuinely tell them. They're generous with gratitude. They acknowledge and thank the people who serve them. These small acts of giving send a signal to the universe. I have plenty. I'm abundant. And the universe always responds to that frequency. You give, and more comes back. More love, more positive energy, more opportunities. People want to be around givers, people who are generous and positive. Their energy is magnetic. But negative, selfish people, they're the opposite. They're always thinking, what do I get? They're like energy black holes, only absorbing, never giving. Eventually, nobody's around them anymore. They end up alone. Jung said one of humanity's fundamental drives is wanting to serve something bigger than ourselves to find meaning. Acts of generosity are those small meanings you add to life. Ask yourself, what could you give today? Without expecting anything back? A smile? A thank you? 5 minutes of attention. That small act of giving will energize you more than anything you could receive. 9. Drama. Immunity. Not getting swept up in someone else's storm. Life is like a theater stage, and some people love playing drama on it. For them, everything's a crisis. A tiny problem becomes a huge tragedy. They're constantly fighting with someone, offended by someone, caught up in schemes. Their life is like an endless soap opera. And the worst part, they try to write you into their script. Did you hear what happened? Can you believe they did that to me? Are you on my side or theirs? They want you to pick a team, get angry with them, become a soldier in their war. This is one of energy's sneakiest traps. High-energy people don't fall for it. They don't buy a ticket and watch the drama. They don't enter the theater at all. This doesn't mean they're uncaring. If a friend has a real problem, they listen and support. But they understand the difference. Problems want solving. Drama wants feeding. Drama feeds on attention, anger, and chaos. It doesn't want solutions. High-energy people make this distinction perfectly. They don't let someone else's storm disturb their inner peace. They stay calm. They're objective. They don't take sides. Why? Because the moment you pick a side, you've been pulled into the storm. They protect their mental and emotional space. They understand everyone is responsible for their own life and their own emotional reactions. You're not the garbage can for someone else's emotional drama. When you show this kind of resistance, drama-loving people eventually move away from you. You're not giving them the fuel they want. They'll find new people to burn with, and your life becomes peaceful. Your energy isn't wasted in pointless fights and gossip. It's yours to use for your real goals and happiness. When you pull your focus away from drama, you pull your energy away from that chaos. It's incredibly freeing. 10. The art of solitude. The power of being self-sufficient. You afraid of being alone? Most of us are. We fear silence and being left with our own thoughts. So we're always looking for something to distract us. Our phone, TV, plans with other people, anything to avoid that quiet moment, because in that silence, things we don't want to face rise to the surface. Our fears, our anxieties, the lies we tell ourselves. High-energy people don't fear solitude. They actually need it, and they understand something crucial. Loneliness and solitude are completely different. Loneliness is a deficit, the painful absence of connection. Solitude is a choicy, a powerful state of being self-sufficient. High-energy people can be alone without feeling lonely. Time alone is when they recharge, listen to themselves, and recalibrate their inner compass. Like a phone charging when it's plugged in, the human spirit charges when it retreats from the world's noise into its own inner world. This relates to something Jung emphasized: introversion as an energy source. While extroverts gain energy from external interaction, introverts get energy from internal time alone. Healthy people balance both. High-energy people enjoy a solo coffee, a movie alone, a walk in nature by themselves. These aren't signs of weakness, they're acts of self-love and self-respect. And here's what happens when you can handle being with yourself. Your dependence on others decreases. You stop using people as tools to suppress loneliness. Your relationships become healthier because you're with people by choice, not out of desperate need. This moves you from neediness, which pushes people away, to preference, which attracts them. Spend time with yourself. Allow that quiet. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but behind that discomfort is an opportunity to meet your best friend, yourself. Once you make that friendship, you'll never truly feel alone again. 11. The sacred power of no. The shield protecting your energy. 4 letters. One of the hardest words for many of us to say. We fear hurting people. We fear seeming selfish. We fear missing opportunities. We fear not being loved, so we say yes to things we don't want. We accept invitations we'd rather skip. We take on work we don't want to do. We help people who drain our energy and time. And every yes to something unwanted is a no to something wanted. You say yes to an event you don't want to attend. You say no to a peaceful evening at home. You say yes to extra work you don't want. You say no to time with family or your own projects. You say yes to an energy-draining person. You say no to your mental health. High-energy people know that no is sacred. It's not aggression, it's self-defense. It's an invisible shield protecting your energy, time, and boundaries. They understand. If you say yes to everything, you can't genuinely say yes to anything. Your energy and focus are so scattered that you can't fully commit to what really matters. To say a powerful yes to what's truly important, your passions, your loved ones, your spiritual and physical health, you have to learn to say no to everything else that doesn't matter. This will be hard at first. Some people might get upset with you, but over time, you'll see that people who truly value you will also respect your boundaries. Those who don't respect them, they were never supposed to be in your life anyway. Saying no isn't selfish. It's knowing your energy's value and using it wisely. When you start using this shield, you'll be shocked at how much control you regain over your life. Your peace returns. Your choices are truly yours. 12. Your purpose compass. The power of the why question we've covered. 11 different characteristics. 11 different tools. They're all powerful. But here's the problem. Without a compass, even the strongest ship gets lost in the ocean. You need something that holds all these pieces together, gives them direction and meaning. You need a compass. Your compass is your purpose. This is your why. What gets you out of bed in the morning? Is it just paying bills and getting through the day? Or is there more? High energy. People have found their reason for being. It doesn't have to be saving the world. Maybe your purpose is giving your kids a good future. Maybe it's being excellent at your work and leaving a mark. Maybe it's touching people with your art. Maybe it's becoming a wiser, kinder, more loving person. What it is doesn't matter. What matters is that you have one. Your purpose is the fuel that keeps you going during your hardest moments. When motivation runs out and energy dips and you want to quit, your purpose is that inner voice saying keep going. Someone with purpose isn't like a leaf blown around in a storm. They're like a tree with roots deep in the ground. The wind blows, branches sway, but they don't break. They stand firm because they have a strong foundation. Purpose. Jung said one of humanity's greatest tragedies is meaninglessness. A life that's lost its meaning also loses its energy. Purpose is what gives your life meaning. It's what transforms existence into a life worth living. Stop and ask yourself, what's my purpose? Why am I here? What excites me? What problem do I want to solve? What do I want to add to the world? Finding this answer isn't quick. It's a journey, a quest. But the moment you begin this search, your life starts changing color. You're not just existing anymore. You're living for something. This purpose compass shows you which path to take, which people to say yes or no to, where to spend your energy. It's your wisest guide. And when you find it, you unlock the final and most important characteristic. 13. The game mindset. Playing rather than droning. We've arrived at the final step, the mindset that wraps everything together and is perhaps more important than all the rest. High energy. People don't take life with deadly seriousness. They know life is a game. This doesn't mean they're irresponsible. The opposite. They understand the game's rules. They know sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. When you fall, you dust yourself off and keep playing. They understand that mistakes are part of learning. Most of us live like every moment is a final exam. We punish ourselves for every mistake. Every failure feels like the world is ending. This creates enormous pressure and stress. And stress is an energy black hole that swallows everything. But someone with a game mindset is lighter. They don't take themselves so seriously. They can laugh at their own faults. They know perfection isn't required. This is a kind of enlightenment that means accepting life's temporary nature, its ups and downs, and moving with it. Stop worrying about things you can't control. Focus on doing your best with what you can control. Think about these 13 characteristics as skills you need to become a better player in the game of life. Being your own sun equals generating your own energy. Setting boundaries equals keeping your playing field clean. Opportunity glasses equals turning situations in your favor. Forgiveness equals dropping unnecessary weight to run faster. Taking care of your body equals keeping your equipment in peak condition. Curiosity equals exploring the game's new levels. Staying present equals playing with full intensity. Generosity equals contributing positively and earning greater rewards. Avoiding drama equals not wasting energy on side quests. Solitude equals taking a pause to think strategy. Saying no equals sticking to your game plan. Having purpose equals knowing why you're playing. Playing the game equals remembering to enjoy the process and trust it when you're doing all this. Have fun, experiment, try things, trust the process. Your turn. Here's what I want from you. Pick just one characteristic. Only one. This week, take one small step to build that quality into your life. Real change starts after the lesson. With what you do next, write in the comments. Which of these 13 characteristics felt like it was speaking directly to you? Which one touched your soul? Which one will you choose to work on this week? I'll read every comment because we're not alone on this journey. We're part of a community of people inspiring each other, taking steps to raise our energy and attract the people we deserve. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss the next step in your transformation. Remember, every 1,000-mile journey starts with a single step. Your journey starts today. This is your path to mastering your own energy and attracting the life and people you deserve. The game has begun. Now it's your turn to play.